Marshall will kick off to get the festivities started. From inside his own 10, let's see what he gets. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. So Georgia's offense will go on the attack first. A lot of times you run into these types of matchups, high-powered offense, big-time team against an opponent that's likely overmatched. So how do they keep this thing from getting ugly?
Well, everyone's going to have to elevate their level of play here defensively to have any chance in this one. And I'll tell you the hard part about stopping this offense, David, it's what Chip Kelly used to always say. It's a nameless, faceless opponent.
Intercepted, and the first drive ends with a pick. That is what we call in the industry a rather inauspicious start.
No doubt, Reese. And just the quarterback and his receiver not on the same page on that throw. You're trying to come out in the game. You're trying to set the tone. That is not how this offense envisioned this game opening up.
You can barely hear yourself thinking here as they're trying to get this defense off to a good start. Back to throw, it's Turner. Bringing the heat. Buying some time. Kept it, and he's past the marker. Oh, he's got some space. Shoved out of bounds. They'll mark him down at the 15-yard line, and this offense is doing work.
He can throw it. He can buy time. He can run it. What can't he do? This guy's so talented. When he does stuff like this, there's no way to stop it. There's no way to coach a defense up against this. He's just really fast, and I can't catch him.
He'll do it himself. Pulled down at the 11-yard line as they inch closer and closer to pay dirt.
These read option plays are very hard to stop because you got to have enough guys in the box to play that immediate run, but also always be ready for that quarterback to take the ball and scoot out wide.
And when the quarterback operates this like a magician, it makes it even tougher.
Yeah, when he can see it, read it, and just flat go, those easy plays right there. I mean, he just picks up a little bit of yardage, but he can do it again and again and again, and it's just frustrating.
Boy, they love to move the sticks here and take a shot at it on 1st and goal. He'll keep it himself. Tough sledding in there. Picks up a couple, but still needs 2 more on 4th down.
That's got to hurt if you're the offense, because you're thinking with this quarterback and his size and his athleticism, that's going to be an easy 1st down pickup on the option play. But how about the physicality up front by this defense, stuffing him at the line of scrimmage?
Looking for a push on 4th down. They stop him short of the marker, and they'll turn it over on downs. This offense is so deep, it's teetering on the edge of a safety. Quarterback on the keeper. Makes it past the marker. Breaks into the open. And he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown, Dogs!
Now, you've seen the evolution of the option, and you've seen the evolution with the scrambling quarterbacks that can run and be so dynamic and just so much to defend. The quarterback says, forget that. You defend everything, I'll take it myself. In for 6.
Getting set for the extra point after putting the scoreboard to work for the first time. And he's got the extra point, and it's 7-0 to start this one. That one's going to get a little star marked beside it on the play sheet. One play, explosive, touchdown, just like that. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Out of the gun, the running back has it. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Great job by the defense. Everybody firing off the ball, hitting their guys, holding their gaps, running to the football, nowhere to go.
Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. To throw, it's Turner. And the pass is incomplete thanks to a big hit.
And that's your goal. Separate man from ball. Try to get your shoulder in there on the catch point and really give him something to think about. Physically jar that football and knock it out. Nice job by the defender.
The Dogs are barking and growling and trying to hold him here on 3rd down. Under fire. Oh, and he took a shot as he threw that one away.
Yeah, it fell incomplete because he did a great job of getting to the quarterback. He's in the pocket. Yeah, he's comfortable, but you get in there and you get a hit on him. Now he feels it. Can't throw the football. Can't follow through with his arm motion. Nice job by the defense.
Marshall will be forced to punt. The punter going to get his first work of the afternoon. He'll make the fair catch at the 44, and they'll have terrific field position. So the first play of the drive starting here from the 45. They'll move the wide receiver. Wants to throw on 1st down off the play fake. And the timing just a hair off.
I don't know about the decision that time by the quarterback. He may have been expecting man coverage, but that time the defense was in zone, and they did a really nice job closing the window. The intended target was not open, and that's why that one fell incomplete.
Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on 2nd down. Wants to go up top. Setting up the screen. Turning it on! Make the stop at the 40, but he's got 15 yards on that one and a 1st down. Now, last year, there were long stretches in which the Georgia offense hardly looked like a well-oiled machine. Now the quarterback's transferred, new full-time starter in there. I think it's fair to say, David, that the Dogs need more from the quarterback position this season.
They do need more, but I tell you what, they didn't help him the whole spot around, right? The offensive line, running backs, receivers, it was kind of below average for every position, but the quarterback is the tone setter, the captain, and having a guy like Gunner at the helm, man, this is a dude they all trust, they all respect, and I expect this offense to bounce back in a big way.
They're dealing with a 2nd and long. They'll send the tight end in motion. Now the play fake. Quarterback feeling that pressure, and he's knocked down at the 42.
This defense, they are tenacious, and they've got guys up front that are athletic and that are so strong and then can collapse the pocket. You saw it right there in that play-action attempt.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, hoping to throw beyond the sticks. Pressure in his face, and he lets it fly.
We're already in the 1st quarter, but already you get the feeling this could be a long day for this QB. He's already been sacked. He gets hit right there on the incomplete throw. They've got to find a way to do a better job up front of protecting this guy, or it's going to be difficult to put up points.
And they're running out the kicker to give it a try. This kicker brags that he can kick an 80-yard field goal. He'll settle for a 59-yarder here. Dead center perfect. And now the lead is even bigger.
Well, that kid just showed off his hammer for a leg, 50-plus, and he did it with ease.
So after the last drive ended with a field goal, the kickoff team out there to send it away. Fielded in the end zone, it's Robinson. I imagine he's going to get an earful on the sideline after bringing it out of the end zone and being knocked down at the 11. From the gun, running back on the move. Finds his way ahead for 6 and a little breathing room to the 17.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
Marshall might go for a big play here on 2nd and short. Looking to throw, it's Turner. Safe completion on the screen. And that one looked great on the grease board, but when they blow it up like that, the defense is going to win every time. We've reached the break, and Georgia is on top. And they were able to build that lead into double figures. Let's take a quick look at our early stats before we move on. Just about ready to get things started here in the second. We'll see if they continue to flex that muscle. This offense had a little extra time to think about it. Let's see what they have on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. He'll loft one deep down the left side. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers.
One thing this defense always talks about is getting off the field. Last drive, they forced the punt. Here on 3rd down, what a great job flying to the football, getting a hit, forcing an incompletion. They may be jogging off here soon again.
Marshall will be forced to punt. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. And they'll down this ball just a little shy of the 50. We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. You want to talk about having a weapon to bail out a drive? David, that's why kickers are so important after that long field goal.
Yeah, and listen, important is a relative term.
And the catch and run into the end zone. Touchdown, Georgia!
It's so nice as a quarterback, but it's not just your receivers that are dangerous after the catch. How about the yak ability by this tight end? He's a guy that can stretch the field. He can make DBs miss, and he's got speed. He's a generational talent. He's really helping out this offense.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And he puts through the extra point. That's the kind of drive everybody loves. OC, quarterback, one snap, put it in the end zone. Kickoff unit back to work, and they have been busy as they've built this sizable lead. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. On the ground with the counter. There was nowhere to run and nowhere to hide. A loss of 5 on that play.
I just think such a big part of this offense is being physical and establishing the run game. They haven't had a lot of success offensively early in this one, and that's why right there. They're not able to get this guy going yet. That's got to change as this game goes on.
To the air, it's Turner. Under fire. And the quarterback is knocked down back at the 13.
And that guy is just a man. I mean, he sets the tone in this defense, and you saw it on that play right there. Reminds me a lot of the guy standing beside me, David Pollack, who really set the bar for great D-line play at Georgia. I think back to 2 guys I played against, Richard Seymour and Marcus Stroud, lining up beside each other on the inside of that D-line. That was an absolute nightmare to go up against.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. Makes the grab. It's Turner. That play didn't have much of a chance to get the first down. Good job by the defense keeping everything in front.
Great job keeping everything in front, and most importantly, making the tackles. Dropping back deep, knowing he's 3rd and long, but I got to get the guy on the ground and rally to the football. Nice job by the defense.
Marshall will be forced to punt. 3 and out, and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. No return coming. He'll call for the fair catch. And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. Looking to throw on first down. Got it in the middle. It's dealt. And they pick up just a few on that completion.
You know, I know it seems like an easy pitch and catch, but for the tight end there, that route potentially changes if it's man coverage. So good job by him knowing it's zone. I'm just going to sit down. This is basically like a check down, right? Let's just take the easy pitch and catch and keep this drive going.
Running back searching for a hole. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the first down.
It's a good-looking run, and I'll say this. I know Georgia's always been known to run the football. They always want to be really physical, but it starts up front. They always seem to have great units on the offensive line, guys that communicate and guys that get pushed. And they've put many running backs into the NFL, but it's because of these big old hog mollies up front.
And they took a shot on that one, but couldn't make the connection. It's incomplete.
Well, this quarterback has really found a nice rhythm early, and he's in firm control and command of everything that's happening. They've had 2 drives, they've scored 2 touchdowns, and here on their 3rd possession, he still wants to take shots. That one obviously falls incomplete, but if you're him, I would keep spinning the beam.
Fires to the wideout. Intercepted. A first-half turnover can swing momentum. And a big return after the INT sets up the offense for this possession.
I'll tell you something. In college football, you're lucky if you get 2 interceptions in a season. This guy now has 2 interceptions. In the first half of this game, he's been reading the quarterback's eyes, and he has been everywhere, an absolute ball hawk.
Let's see if they can get something going here late in the half. Motion from the wideout. From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
Really nice penetration by this defense, getting in there immediately, causing the running back to have to go a direction he doesn't want to go. And this defense has started the game so good. Several drives, no points allowed, and setting the tone on this drive.
Dropping back, it's Turner. Takes the easy completion. And they'll stop him just short of the first down, just inches away from moving the sticks. Marshall lines up just needing a few inches on 3rd down. They'll try to run for it. At the 35, he's loose. Wide open spaces. Touchdown, Hurd! He got loose, and it was lights out after that.
Well, the one thing you know about this team is they've got a lot of fight in them, and that's a great job responding by the offense on that last drive, capping it off with a really good-looking touchdown run. This is now a 1-possession game. We've got a lot of football left to play.
On to attempt the try. And with the extra point, they close to within 10, down 17-7. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. And they finish it off with an electrifying 45-yard run to the house. They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. He'll bring it out. It's Branch. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. This drive will start from the 19-yard line. Quarterback flips it ahead quickly to the receiver. The defense wouldn't let him loose there, and it was a completion, but they lost yardage.
I like offenses being creative. I'm not sure if that was the best place to call that play. I think this offense needs to think about just doing things a little bit more by the book. They've got a lot of good playmakers. You don't have to reinvent the wheel this early in the game.
Wants to throw. It's Stockton. Oh, they're after him. Trying to make magic on the scramble. Here's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half.
I got to be honest. I know the defense respected this guy's running ability. I don't know, though, if they knew it was this good. He has been gashing them in this game with his legs, and already you're seeing the defense now make some adjustments to slow this guy down. They were able to get him to the ground. He's still got a couple yards, but this has got to continue for this defense. You know he is going to carry the ball.
This is exactly why third down is practiced every single day. Third and short, third and medium, third and long. It's money down for a reason. You got to lock in. Great success by the offense so far on third down.
And the Dogs will snap it on 1st and 10. Use the play fake. Now to throw. Fires to the tight end. He'll go out of bounds at the 38-yard line as this offense patiently tries to work the ball out of its own end. You know, we joke that the tight end's always open, David, but play action almost makes it impossible to keep them covered.
And yeah, because those guys, they're such good blockers most of the time. They're big and physical, and they sell block for a second, and then they run open and they find holes in zones, or they get good matchups. And man, those tight ends nowadays are nightmares for defenses to try to stop.
The offense wastes no time getting the timeout call.
And this has got to be so demoralizing for this defense right now. Having given up multiple first downs on this drive, somebody on defense has to step up, make a play, and stop the bleeding.
Grabbed in the middle, it's Branch. He stopped at the 45 after picking up 10 yards and the first down.
It's hard for an offense to win when you get in predictable situations. What a great job understanding where the first down marker is. I got to get a big gain, got to get that first down. Nice job, great nose for the first down.
Offense threatening at the 45-yard line on 1st and 10. Wide receiver going in motion. Back to throw, it's Stockton. Got a man, it's Bell. They bring him down, but not before he gets a first down at the 35. Quick timeout call by the offense after the play. Now on 1st and 10 from the 35. To the air on first down. Got it in the middle, it's Branch. Now he's got it all the way down to the 21-yard line, and they are threatening on first down.
How many first downs is that, guys, on this drive alone? This defense has got to find a way to get off the field. They're playing way too many snaps.
Running out of time here in the first half, they're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for one or two more plays. And they'll send out the field goal unit. He's already put 3 on the board earlier, this time a 38-yard try. Right down the boulevard. And they'll push that lead out a little further.
And listen, y'all know in the booth and everywhere how I feel about kickers. Don't always love leaving it on their foot, so to speak, but nice job executing. He keeps doing stuff like that. I'll keep trotting him out there.
On the move from inside his 5. They make the stop, and that is the end of the first half. We've played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Guys, looks like we've had a compelling start to things there in Athens. And in this day and age where quarterbacks chuck it all over the field, how refreshing to see 2 offenses rely on off-tackle left, off-tackle right, and even a few halfback dives. Physical offensive lines and elusive backs have told the story. A throwback to the halcyon days of 3 yards and a cloud of dust. With that said, let's send it back to the guys at Dooley Field inside Sanford Stadium.
Georgia will kick it deep to start the second half. And he takes this from inside the 5. And they'll haul down the returner to start us on the next drive. First snap of this drive will come from inside the 15 at their own 14-yard line. Off the play fake on first down. Running into the open space.
And I feel like this defense is starting to pick up on this quarterback's level. You've seen it, right? Like, time and time again, he is willing to scramble. He wants to carry the football, kind of apprehensive, maybe doesn't want to make a mistake. I'd love to see him maybe hang in that pocket just a little more and maybe make some plays down the field with his arm.
The Thundering Herd to the line, facing a 2nd and short. Quick pass on the fly motion. Oh, what a move. The defense wouldn't let him loose, and even though it's a completion, they lost yardage.
Got to give the defense credit. Watching film, anticipating. They knew that this offense had this play in their back pocket. They knew about the speed of this wide receiver and different ways they were going to try to get him involved. Everybody on defense on the same page, playing together. I love it.
Forced out of the pocket. He's going to be a little bit short of that first down marker, and this defense did a tremendous job not to lose contain on the scramble. Marshall will be forced to punt. He'll make the fair catch at the 44, and they'll have terrific field position. They'll get this drive started from their own 45-yard line. Looking for a man. It's Stockton. The sure hands. It's Branch. Gets it all the way down to the 39-yard line. It'll be a first down.
The defense has got to be able to make a play at some point here in the second half. You're down 2 possessions. You need to steal a possession badly. You need to have a takeaway. The coverage is going to have to be way tighter than on that last throw. Otherwise, this offense is just going to go up and down the field.
Looking downfield on first down. Throws to the tight end. Complete downfield. Perhaps a touchdown-saving tackle at the 17.
It's a nice play call there. You've got 2-possession lead. You're trying to keep the defense guessing, right? Because you've got that lead, they know you're going to run it, but you still have got to be able to sprinkle in some shot plays and some vertical throws. That was really, really good thinking on that last play call by the offense.
Headed to the end zone, and he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Bulldogs!
And this offense is clicking. Another touchdown. Didn't have to go far for this drive, but this offense is doing what they want, how they want, when they want.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And they did tack on that extra point without any adventure. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. And they finished it off with a 17-yard touchdown run. They're ready to kick it away, and this crowd is buzzing after that last score. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. First snap of this drive will come from their own 17. Looking to throw, it's Turner. A strike downfield. They corral him out of bounds, mark it down at the 38, and this offense might have something going.
Now, I think this receiver's forte is his route running. He's a guy that can line up all over the field, but it's not just catching post routes and goes. This guy can run shallows, he can run slants, he can run the option routes and find soft spots in the defense. This guy really has all the routes in his toolbox.
Red pass, it's complete. And he'll run across the sidelines after the good gain.
Nice job decision-making by the quarterback there on the RPO, not handing it off, knowing he had to throw it, but then also understanding his open guy was going to be in the right flat.
Offense gets set for second down. The pull and throw off the RPO. Nice pickup there, gets him the first down and sets him up at the 45-yard line.
Gain of 12. And first down for the offense.
Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Looking for space. It's Allen. There he goes.
You want to make play calling easy for an offensive coordinator? Run the ball like that every play. I mean, when you can run that on first down and set up a short yardage on second down, it makes play calling easy. Every single call on that sheet is available here on second down.
Marshall might go for a big play here on second and short. Power football with the run. Dragged down, but they'll move the sticks for a first down.
You got to have short area quickness. That running back there doing what it takes to make sure he got that first down.
Marshall back at it with another 1st and 10. Use the play fake, now to throw. Quick throw, but he's not going anywhere. The defense was all over him.
That's a great example of the defense there tackling the catch. As soon as the big fella caught the ball, down he went, not picking up the first.
As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. Trying play action. Grabbed over the middle, it's Payne. And they get him on the ground, and that'll probably do it for the third quarter. Well, guys, it's Georgia holding the lead at the end of the quarter. And they've built a comfortable lead after 3 quarters of play. Let's take a look at how we've gotten here. Just about ready to go in the fourth, and we'll see if any drama can be mustered. So we open the final period with a 3rd down play. Dropping back, it's Turner. The short hands, it's Payne. Just across the 20 with a first down at the 19.
Well, look, that wasn't a touchdown, but that was a massive play for this offense. They needed some momentum. They needed to find a rhythm, and what better way than converting on 3rd down. Awesome job by the quarterback getting through his progression.
Just inside the red zone, 1st and 10 from the 19. From the red zone, it's Allen. Tough, determined run, gets it down to the 12.
Listen, you got to be able to know what play to call and what hole to go through. Like the line blocks for a certain hole. Good job getting through the hole, getting what was blocking, a nice positive gain, making your situation really good on the next down.
Going to work on 2nd down in the red zone is still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. Looking to fire. Rushes on him. And the quarterback is knocked down back at the 13.
This has been a bit of the story of this game so far, is this quarterback's running ability and whether or not the defense can stop them. They got the play there. They were able to get a sack, rally to him, and get one of the faster quarterbacks you'll see in college football down on the ground. This guy already has over 40 rushing yards in this game, so he has had some success, but I think a big key now moving forward is how does this defense stop him?
Caught over the middle, it's Turner. Can White cross the plane to get the 6, but they'll have the first down.
Perfect timing to call that pass play. It's 3rd and short down here in the red zone. Everybody in the stadium expecting you to run the football, and if you don't get it, maybe you kick a field goal, maybe you go for it on 4th. You don't have to worry about that now. Because of the pass completion, it's 1st and goal.
From the gun. Pocket breaking down. And the quarterback caught up to and sacked at the 12.
It's just a tremendous effort on defense, understanding the situation, right? Offense has the ball in a goal-to-goal situation. Someone's got to win and go get the quarterback, and the defense came up big.
Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Back to pass, it's Turner. Here comes the heat. He pushes his way down to the 4 as they get closer and closer.
Man, I love the decision-making right there. Like, drop back to pass, look for your shots. You don't see it, tuck it, get positive yards, makes the next down even easier. That is a great heads-up early down play for this QB.
They'll come to the line just trying to keep their hope alive on 3rd and goal. Quarterback now breaking the field. And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Marshall!
Love the quick decision-making by the quarterback. It's not just who's the open guy and who am I throwing it to. It's also having that clock, David, in your head that says, if no one's open and I'm down near the red zone, I'm taking off now, and I'm using my athleticism, and I'm getting a score.
Yeah, you love the decision-making. I hate the defense. Why are we dropping back so far in the end zone? We got to keep eyes on this QB. We know he can take off. We know he can make plays. The field shrinks, man. You got to expect that's coming.
And wait just a second. The official's going to take a second look at this one. And you know the standard is indisputable video evidence, and the officials will change the call. A field goal does not top the list of most helpful things at this juncture, so they'll go for it on fourth down. Flushed out of the pocket. And he'll race it to the house. Touchdown, Thundering Herd!
Nice job by the offense going down the field, putting points on the board, but you're still down a couple possessions. Still need some good things to happen. You need your kicker to go over there and get warmed up. We need an onside. We need to score some points. We need a lot of things to go right to win this football game.
They'll try to tack one more on their score. Smashes it through for the PAT. They held the ball for 15 plays on that touchdown drive. And they closed the deal, pushing their way inches into the end zone. They are running out of time here. They need to get the ball back. They'll line up for the onside kick. Few anxious moments there, but the hands team true to its name as they make the grab and get the ball. We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. They'll keep it on the ground. The clock is on their side. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. He leaves it with the back. And a nice solid pickup there before the defense wrestles him to the ground. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. And the Bulldogs are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. Trying to pick it up on the ground. Oh, he's got some space. He's got enough for the first down, and that ought to be enough to put them in victory formation for the rest of this one.
It's so nice as an offense to know you can generate explosive plays by handing the football off to this guy. He has got incredible speed.
With the game in hand, the offense choosing to just have the quarterback take a knee.